There is a saying in Nigeria, we say, he who wears the shoe actually knows where it pains him. So we know what our issues are, and we know what solutions will work better for us. Okay, it was one of the most weird things I've ever had to experience because I had no knowledge about it. So the first time I saw my flow, we just came back from church service. It was on a Sunday. I got home and I could feel that I was wet and that I felt like I pee on my body, and it was very unusual. I couldn't talk to my mom about it because I was scared. I was thinking she would be like, are you sure you've not started having sex? Are you sure you've, because there's this reaction about issues such as that. So I kept it to myself. So I started to use tissue, not tampons, not sanitary towels, because I didn't have access to that. I later found that it wasn't healthy. I remember particularly an event. I didn't know I was stained. So we were marching into the class. I started to hear some guys, laugh at me and say, oh, manner of nasty stuffs. They would just say, look at that girl who urinates blood. She always gets stained. I was so scared, and I told myself this was the reason why I did not want to come to school when I'm on my flow. There were weeks that I would stay at home. I think it's one of the bad experiences I had growing up. She was my best friend at the time. We went to school together, and I started to notice that she would skip classes. So I would go to her house and, meet up with her auntie, and her auntie would say sometimes she feels dizzy, sometimes so she'd rather just tell her to stay at home. It was after a while we got to find that she was pregnant, and we were preparing for our exams. There was no way she could enroll into school with us because, schools in Nigeria, they have this, when you're pregnant, you don't come to school. So she started to work as a cleaner at the time because she had medications, she had to get drugs and all of that. So after a while, she was complaining of, complications. She was having issues. She couldn't sleep at night. So at the end of the day, she had induced labor, and that put her at risk and the life of the child as well. So we learned that she died as well as her baby. She was 17 at that time. She was 17. I would always blame myself because I was like, if I had access to information about contraceptive, about sexual reproductive health, I probably would have, spoken to her about it, and, she would probably still be alive. It was painful. The reaction we would get from our teachers then when they would talk about, penis, when they would talk about your vagina, they would just give us this reaction that you shouldn't know more than that. They would just tell us, when a man meets with a woman, she gets pregnant and that's how you're born. They felt like they were protecting us, but they were not actually protecting us. They were hiding the truth from us, and we got to learn the truth the wrong way. If we start early enough, as early as possible, these young people can own their bodies. These young people can know when to give sexual consent. They will know when to say, I don't want sex. Even when they're adults, they should know, I do not want sex. My no is a no. At a point, we had to sit our mommy down and tell her, you need to have this communication with us. You need to be able to freely talk to us about sex. We got the information and we educated her. So even if she was our mom, we educated her, and she now sees that it's important that we talk about sex education in the home.